We often treat happiness like a solitary project. We think it's built entirely through our own habits, our own choices, and our own brain chemistry. But human emotion doesn't actually exist in isolation. It turns out your feelings are highly sensitive to the people around you. Your mood is shaped by the invisible social web you inhabit. We know this because of the Framingham Heart Study. Starting in the mid-20th century, researchers tracked the medical records and daily habits of nearly 5,000 people over a span of 2 decades. Beyond blood pressure and heart rates, researchers mapped an exhaustive social web. They documented exactly who was friends with whom, who married whom, who lived next door, and how everyone's reported levels of happiness shifted over those 20 years. When researchers finally analyzed all that data, they noticed a striking pattern. Joy did not appear randomly distributed across the population. This is the actual network visualization from the study. The yellow nodes represent happy people, and the blue nodes represent unhappy people. As you can see, they group together in dense, tightly packed clusters. Your emotional state is tethered to the people around you. The question the researchers wanted to answer next was exactly how far those feelings could travel. They discovered happiness moves outward through the 3 degrees of influence. A happy nearby friend increases your happiness probability by 25%. A friend of a friend gives a 10% boost. At 3 degrees, it rises 5.6% before fading entirely. This chart shows the statistical results. Look at the happiness graph in the bottom left. The yellow bars drop in height across the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degrees of separation, mapping exactly how the effect decays over distance. Human emotions ripple through communities like a physical wave, reaching people well beyond our direct, immediate social horizons. Still, this emotional wave has strict physical limits. It relies heavily on geographic proximity. If a next-door neighbor becomes happy, you see a massive 34% boost in your own outlook. But if that exact same neighbor lives just a few blocks away, the statistical effect drops to 0. There is also a time limit. The emotional boost from a peer fades after a year. And importantly, the network is not a perfect conductor. Different types of relationships filter emotions differently. Mutual friendships transmit positive feelings very strongly. Coworkers, on the other hand, showed 0 significant emotional transmission in the study. Context, reciprocity, and shared environments matter. Your mood isn't mechanically controlled by everyone you interact with during the day. Naturally, statisticians challenge these findings. The primary critique was a concept called homophily, or the tendency for birds of a feather to flock together. The argument was that happy people simply choose to befriend other happy people. A second critique pointed to environmental confounding. If a neighborhood opens a beautiful new park, everyone living nearby might get a simultaneous mood boost, creating the illusion of emotional influence. To address this, researchers used strict time-lagged statistical models. This data table shows how they controlled for past happiness levels to ensure they were measuring an actual transfer of emotion over time, rather than just pre-existing similarities. The data holds up. Happiness doesn't spread easily like a cold, but it acts as a complex contagion, requiring sustained social reinforcement to catch on. This data might tempt you to draw a cynical conclusion, that you should cut unhappy people out of your life to protect your own mood. But that interpretation is unkind, and it misses the actual science. This research shows that your social environment is an active, living component of your own internal life. Think of individual happiness like a localized weather system. One person's joy operates like a warm patch of air. It doesn't heat the entire planet, but it can visibly change the temperature for anyone in close proximity. Public health and individual well-being are collective phenomena. By serving as a source of warmth and steadiness, you can change the emotional climate for people you may never even meet.